I'm Stephanie Johnston. I work with Darren and James and Scott and Costa and Brian. So I'm all in that same group and the EVA wiki. Before you guys start daydreaming too much about lunch, it's over there in the back, so just give me 10 minutes. This is kind of our gateway into a discussion that we're going to have right after lunch about just talking about what a perfect knowledge management system would even look like. We've had a lot of great presentations today. There's been a really common theme so far in the presentations that I've heard is people. You know, people are very important in our knowledge management system. And so my question is, how can we make our technology incorporate what the people want? How can we get people to want to go to our wiki, to go to Jive, to go to whatever knowledge management system we're using for our group? So as soon as we start breaking for lunch, I'm going to hand out some papers. Right when we come back, we'll kind of break out into tables, so feel free to move around if you guys want to meet somebody. If you've seen somebody ask a question or one of our presenters and you want to get more information from them, this would be a good time during our lunch session to kind of move around, mingle with people, and when we come back, it's really talking about, you know, what issues do you currently have with your knowledge management system? What would you like to do to improve it in the future? And what features does your knowledge management system have right now that you would really like to share with the rest of the group? This is really getting you guys to discuss, taking a moment instead of just listening to a presentation. We're just going to take an hour after lunch to talk about what you're doing for your knowledge management system. So it's going to be first individual 10 minutes, think about your knowledge management system. We're going to break into tables after that, and then we're going to wrap it up with a big group discussion before we go into the rest of the afternoon discussions from there. How do I? Oh, scrolling the wrong way. I'm not a Mac person. You're going to see this on the handout that I'm going to give to you guys. You know, like I mentioned, you know, people are the most important aspect to our knowledge management system. So really, how can we create an effective knowledge management culture? Some kind of questions to get you guys thinking. You know, are there knowledge gaps that your system currently has? Are you able to reduce duplication? How are you using analytics and queries to help sort the data? You know, like David was talking earlier, we have so much data out there. How can we use our data and sort it so people really understand it and can relate to different topics easily? And the whole goal with our breakout session here is really to spark new ideas, talk about lessons that you could bring back to your own organizations, and help identify those common problems that you have in your knowledge management systems. Later on at about 2:15, Darren and James are going to be leading a session to kind of start talking about collaboration. How can we, in NASA and Jacobs and all of the different companies being represented here today, how can we come together and solve some common problems that we see in all of our knowledge management systems? So this is going to be a whole segue into that discussion at 2:15. So I'll let you guys enjoy lunch, and I'll get back to you guys right afterwards.
Just point out. So you point out the links here.